And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the PORWC Reese's Rally Car Series. We get ready for our regular season finale here at Talladega Superspeedway. Now, this is only the first of two events we're going to be having here at Talladega Superspeedway. This, of course, is the regular points-paying race. Then afterwards, we're going to be having the LCQ, where one other lucky driver is going to make their way into the chase for the championship. But we're going to have 12 drivers determined here today with who's going to be in the chase for the championship. And we're going to be keeping an eye on a lot of different drivers during the course of this race, especially down from about the 6th position on down to 15th in the point standings, where that's really going to be the fluctuation of drivers moving in and falling out of the top 10 in the point standings. This is how it's going to go down. Whoever at the end of this event finishes inside the top 10 in points, inside the chase of top 10, they automatically transfer into the chase for the championship. It's then going to come down to the 2 wildcard spots, which are based on wins. Now, so far this season, we have had 9 events, 9 different race winners, which means it's going to come down to whoever has 1 win and is highest in the point standings. Right now, with where we're sitting, Joshua Michaels and Lance Fogel, are both in those positions, with Joshua Michaels 14th in points with a victory and Lance Fogel in the 21st position with the victory. However, if any driver, such as Barney Ward, Lisa Shears, Austin Ogo, Wolfgang Mason, or James Silverfox, are able to pick up a win here today, boom, automatically they are in the number 1 wild card spot and they will make the chase for the championship. Let's take a look here at what the top 10 results are coming into today's race for the top 10 in points. Dylan Ogo is still the points leader. We pretty much know he's going to make the chase regardless of whatever happens. Hayden Klein has moved up to 2nd, Carson Gum 3rd, Justin Acosta 4th, Jake Smith is in 5th. Those guys, I'm not too worried about them falling outside of the top 10 in points. However, here's where the fluctuation area comes in from 6th on down. 6th to Jacob Cook, Cody Lamas in 7th, 8th Felix Harris, Aaron Williams 9th, and Jacob Lawler is in 10th. Now, Lawler in 10th place is only 1 point ahead of 11th place Kyle Sosnowski. He's only 2 points ahead of 12th in points Jeremy McMurray. He's only 5 points ahead of 13th in points Sophie Dillon, and he's only 6 points ahead of 14th in points Joshua Michaels. That's how close this is. A few other drivers that could come into play in this as well, getting into the top 10, include 15th in points Richard Johnson, 16th in points Adam Chambers, and 17th in points Wilhelm Schultz. Now, also keep in mind, Joshua Michaels has that wildcard spot number 1 position right now, being 14th in points. There are some drivers that are underneath him, between him and Lance Fogel, who could actually come into this thing, win this race, and take that 2nd wildcard spot away from Lance Fogel, including Johnson, Chambers, Schultz, McMahon, LaPlante, and Norman, who actually sits on the pole for today's event alongside of James Silverfox. Cody Lamas, he's going to line up in the 3rd position. Now, Lamas just basically has to come away with a good finish. He will probably stay inside the top 10 in points if he does so. And then alongside of him is Zach Corbett, with Danny Wells completing the top 5. Now, this is going to be a very interesting race, no doubt about it. We are going to jump ahead, or not jump ahead, but step aside actually right now, and we're going to show you your starting lineup for today's event. The drivers that are highlighted in yellow on their border are drivers that come in inside the top 10. The drivers that are, I'm sorry, did I say that wrong? Yes, I did say that wrong, I'm sorry. The drivers that are highlighted in green are the drivers who come in today inside the top 10 in points. The drivers that are highlighted in yellow still have a mathematical chance of making the chase for the championship, of getting inside the top 10 in points, and the drivers that don't have any borders basically have to rely on wins to maybe move themselves up there. So, without further ado, we're going to step aside, show you your starting lineup for today's event here, the regular season finale at Talladega Superspeedway. Pace car and the rest of the field are on the back straightaway here. If you guys have never seen the rally cars race at Talladega Superspeedway, man, are you in for a treat. We have absolutely epic racing here with these particular cars at this particular track, and this season we're expecting no less. This will also be good experience for other drivers as far as the LCQ. If they don't make the Tasty Top 10 or one of the 2 wildcard spots, then all those other drivers will be put into a 19-lap event where the winner is going to get that final spot in the chase for the championship. So a lot of these drivers who may actually find themselves right now not in the running for a wildcard spot or getting into the Tasty Top 10 may be using this event for experience to be able to put towards the LCQ later on. Michael Norman, however, he is one driver who, with a victory today, could maybe move himself into the picture for a wild card position. We'll see if that's going to be the case. James Silverfox, he needs to win his 2nd race of the season to definitely clinch up a wild card spot, as he is dead last in the points, but he does have 1 win to his credit. Cody Lamas, so 2nd win for him, wouldn't hurt him at all as he comes in top 10 the points. And Zach Corbett really needs a win, but I don't know if that'd be enough to get him inside the Tasty Top 10 or wild card position. The green flag is out, and we're underway here at Talladega. 19 laps going to be run here today. Cautions will count, and so these drivers are going to have to mind their P's and Q's, or else they're going to end up with a wrecked race car and may end up losing out on even more than a good finish today. They may lose out on a chance to be inside the Tasty Top 10 or inside the chase for the championship. Michael Norman going to move down, block the inside line where Danny Wells and Devin Smith are starting to work their way up. Cody Lama starting to slip towards the back. This could be some strategy here. Some drivers maybe plan to move to the back quickly. Dylan Ogo, who's got nothing to lose. He's basically ensured a spot inside the chase for the championship. You see him move up to the high side there. He may be purposely falling to the back, as here comes Danny Wells down to the inside line looking for the lead. Here goes Barney Ward there in the 72, and remember we told you Barney Ward comes into this race currently sitting 27th in points, and he does have a win, so if he could get a 2nd win, he would definitely be in the chase for the championship, as they are 3 wide, several rows back. They're actually 4 wide back there with DeMarcus Brown caught in the middle. But they can do 4 wide here just as long as they are able to keep their cars steady. Not exactly sure why this is so laggy. I do apologize for that, folks. Oh, someone just spun. Oh my gosh, that was Jake Smith in the 25, who comes in 5th in points. And oh, there's a huge wreck. Oh my goodness, this is not good. This is really not good. Aaron Williams, 9th in points, is involved in this. There's Ralph Mason in the 36, Silverfox in the 91. They're still wrecking further up. The points leader, Dylan Ogo, is flipping. Oh my. It was just a matter of time, and it's happened. Joshua Michaels, he is out of the race, and he came in one of those wild card positions. Carson Gum, 3rd in points. He has just gone back behind the wall. Barney Ward's the leader. Aaron Williams is involved. I keep wanting to say Aaron Williams Jr. Lisa Shears is involved. That's a driver who was looking for a wild card spot with a win. Same for Silverfox involved. Points leader Dylan Ogo, his day may be over. Austin Ogo, another driver who could have had a win today and clinched a wild card spot, he's involved. Jake Smith, 5th in points. He is damaged. Cody Lamas has got some damage there. So too behind him, Sophie Dillon. Ralph Mason badly mangled. Zach Corbett's got damage. And just like that, oh, there's another of the Acostas involved. That's Justin Acosta, 4th in points. And just like that, this race has taken an extreme turn for a lot of drivers. We got to look back at a replay. That was a big wreck, stretched from turn 3 all the way into turn 4. Well, here's what actually brought the caution flag out. Joshua Michaels, Jake Smith going to make some contact. They're going to go off the nose of the Kyle Sosnowski machine. And I think the 50 is going to come back up the racetrack at some point here. We'll look ahead at that in just a moment. 15 may also come back up the track here in front of one of the Acostas. And there you go, Sophie Dillon, Austin Ogo, there's Lisa Shears, nowhere for any of them to go as the Jake Smith machine just comes right back up the racetrack. And there's the Justin Acosta machine, nowhere for him to go. And so there's that 5-car pileup. Let's jump up here to the 50 of Joshua Michaels. Oh, wait a minute, maybe he wasn't the one that caused that. Oh, yeah, he was, yep. As he was in the grass. He's going to come back up the racetrack, and there he goes, right into Carson Gum and Aaron Williams. Zach Corbett nowhere to go. Devin Wilson into the wall. I think Zach Campbell got a piece of it. Cody Lamas is back there. And look at Carson Gum come down the racetrack. down into Dylan Ogo, who then gets flipped over by Jeremy McMurray in the 24. And Ogo goes flipping and barrel rolling. Brock McMahon gets spun around there in the 49. And there's Ralph Mason. There's Hayden Klein caught in the high side there. Felix Harris caught up there. Jacob Cook was back there. There's Aaron Williams. He's smoking. His day is done. Lisa Shears and Cody Lamas back here. There's Ryan Acosta also involved. So both the Acostas got involved in this. Now look at the 93 still flipping. Someone else spun off this corner. DeMarcus Brown and Richard Johnson. As the 93 continues to flip and barrel roll. Look at Chambers just barely work his way through. Boy, this is a big opportunity for a lot of drivers right now here, and we're going to have to definitely document the drivers that are out of this race because this could play big into who's going to fall out and who's going to move in to the Tasty Top 10. Getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing on lap 7 of 19. We're taking a look here at the official leaderboard. We have a couple of drivers that are out of the race already, and these are those drivers. Justin Acosta is out of the race. Now, I think he could still stay inside the Tasty Top 10, but I don't know. According to our points coming into today's race, he was a total of 14 points ahead of 10th in points, Jacob Lawler. So Justin Acosta is going to be on pins and needles to see what happens here. Devin Wilson, he'll have to wait till the LCQ. Let's look further down here. Ralph Mason, it looks like he's going to have to wait till the LCQ. Same for James Silverfox and Carson Gum. I think he came in and ensured a spot inside the Tasty Top 10, but I'm not sure exactly. We're going to find out at the end of this event. I'm just making speculations here, folks. I cannot determine who exactly is going to be inside the Tasty Top 10 as a result of what has just happened until this race is official and we have been able to officially calculate the points. But Sam D is going to be the leader. Second, Kyle Sosnowski. Barney Ward third. Fourth place, Jacob Lawler. Danny Wells runs fifth. Sixth, Bianca Roberts. They got Michael Norman seventh. Eighth, Lance Fogel. Wolfgang Mason is in ninth, and 10th place will be Wilhelm Schultz. So it looks like everybody else decided to stay out. And I'm trying to look here. They may end up calling Aaron Williams out of the race after this lap because I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, oh wow, we got a lot more drivers out of the race here after this lap. Oh wait, did I not go down the whole list? I must have not gone down the whole list. My bad. Green flag back out. Sam D is the leader. Other drivers out of the race include Joshua Michaels, Aaron Williams, Dylan Ogo, Jake Smith, Lisa Shears, Austin Ogo, and Ryan Acosta. So a couple of drivers that are really going to be affected by this would definitely have to be Jake Smith and Aaron Williams. A couple drivers that really are running well right now and need to keep running well. Kyle Sosnowski right there in the 15. And I thought I saw Sophie Dillon back there. She got involved in that wreck though, so maybe not. So the only driver right now looks like they may be able to capitalize on the misfortune of other drivers getting involved in wrecks would maybe be Kyle Sosnowski. Right now, with what I'm looking at, with Aaron Williams out of the race, Sosnowski may replace Aaron Williams inside the Tasty Top 10. As here comes Jacob Lawler down to the bottom. Now Lawler's in the hot seat as far as the points are concerned. He's in that critical 10th position, and so he wants to get himself some insurance heading into next week's race. Make sure he's inside the Tasty Top 10 as he's going to have some drafting help from Barney Ward on the low side. Danny Wells helping Sam D up there on the high side. There's another driver back there who actually could work his way inside the Tasty Top 10 after some hard luck from some drivers today, and there he is. This actually could be a battle between two drivers trying to get inside the Tasty Top 10. Adam Chambers side by side with Kyle Sosnowski. As we know right now, Aaron Williams could very well fall outside of the Tasty Top 10. The question is, who would replace him in there? And right now, with the drivers that have been involved in wrecks and everything, Kyle Sosnowski and Adam Chambers seem to be the two top contenders for that specific position. Back up to the front though, Jacob Lawler is the leader. Behind him, that's going to be Michael Norman. Now remember, Michael Norman is 20th in the point standings. He is kind of mathematically there, but if he could win today, he would probably get a wild card position because Cody Lamas is still running on the racetrack. Carson Gum has a win, but I don't think is going to fall outside of the top 10 in the point standings. And so if Michael Norman could win today, he is ahead of Lance Fogel and some others in the point standings, and that would give him a win. That could either, if he could pass Joshua Michaels for the first wild card spot, that could help him, but he could also maybe clinch the second wild card spot. Meanwhile, Lawler continues to lead the way. He's got himself a pretty good car right now, and you could bet they came here with a car to lead as many laps as possible, because he does not want to fall outside the Tasty Top 10. He wants to keep himself in there. Barney Ward right behind him. Now, Barney Ward, keep in mind, he's got to win this season, and if Barney Ward could win here today, there's no doubt about it, we'd find him inside the chase for the championship with the first wild card spot. He'd be the first repeat winner this season, the first two-time winner. As every driver that has a win this season has only won 9 races and 9 different winners, and Barney Ward going to the inside of Lawler now. You can bet he wants to be able to win that second race of the season and get himself that wild card position into the chase for the championship. Keep in mind too, you end up making the chase via Tasty Top 10 or wild card position, you do not race in the LCQ. So here comes the battle again for the lead. Now it's going to be Felix Harris down to the bottom. Felix Harris, I was talking about him getting a piece of that first incident, that only wreck we've had. He comes in 8th in points, and he's all of a sudden come up here to the front. So apparently they got that 89 put back together, and Felix Harris making a case for himself to be in the chase for the championship. Trying to look back there too, see if there are any other drivers that may be trying to do that same thing. I don't know where Cody Lamas has gone in the 48. Here he is, back in the 21st position right now looking to the inside of Lisa Shears. So Cody Lamas trying to keep his hopes alive for staying inside the chase for the championship. How about Jacob Cook in the 95? There he is. Oh, he's up here in this big pack. He's up in the 7th position. This time he crossed in the 3rd position. The guy who comes in 6th in points running very well right now. And there is Richard Johnson in the 92. He's actually getting bypassed. He's back in the 4th position now. But Richard Johnson comes in 15th in points. He's another driver who, with a win today, could definitely put himself up inside the wild card picture, or maybe get into the Tasty Top 10. I think right now it's basically coming down to who's going to replace Aaron Williams in the chase for the championship, the Tasty Top 10. And right now, with what I'm seeing, it looks like it's going to come down between 3 different drivers. And those 3 drivers are as follows: Richard Johnson, Adam Chambers, and Kyle Sosnowski. I'm also seeing Wilhelm Schultz up here too, so maybe he could be a factor when all's said and done. And he's actually going to go for the lead. Wow, I'm doing a terrible job with getting onto certain drivers. There we go. Now, what I'm looking at here, let's see what the case would have to be here for drivers to have to replace Aaron Williams in the chase. Sosnowski's actually lost this first group. He's actually way back there. Where is Sosnowski running? Sosnowski is running in 18th place. Alright, so let's see. For Richard Johnson to actually get a spot from Aaron Williams inside the Tasty Top 10, he came into today's race a total of 14 points behind Kyle Sosnowski. He has to finish in 3rd place or better here today. For Adam Chambers, he has to finish in 2nd or better. And for Wilhelm Schultz, he has to win the race. That's basically what it comes down to if Sosnowski continues to run in the 18th position. If he falls any positions more, then that will change. And right now, I think he just did fall another position, did Sosnowski? He's lost his spot to DeMarcus Brown. Yes, he did. So I think he just slipped back now to the 19th position. So now it would be 4th place or better for Richard Johnson, 3rd place or better for Chambers, and 2nd place or better for Wilhelm Schultz. And Sosnowski's headed for pit road. Wait a minute. Kyle Sosnowski's hitting pit road with about 5 to go. So this is definitely going to be interesting now. Sosnowski may be giving away his spot inside the Tasty Top 10. You can bet that definitely came over the radio of Chambers, Wilhelm Schultz, and Richard Johnson. Those 3 may be the 3 to battle it out for that spot inside the Tasty Top 10, left vacant by the DNF car of Aaron Williams. Everybody else that has DNF'd, I'm pretty sure, are still going to be inside the Tasty Top 10 when this thing is over. Felix Harris still running well. Cody Lama still on the racetrack. Jacob Cook still in this. And Jacob Lawler, of course, looking really good there in that 98. Now on the high side there with Adam Chambers, as Michael Norman is going to be the leader now in the 97. And as we're talking about drivers trying to work their way inside the tasty top 10, we still got a few contenders up here to maybe get one of those wild card spots with their second win of the season. Barney Ward, one of those right there. Is there Sosnowski? He's going to go a lap down to the leaders, so maybe we can eliminate Sosnowski from making the tasty top 10 here. There's Wilhelm Schultz. We said he had to finish in second or better. Maybe even worse now, or maybe a little bit more leeway, I should say, for these drivers with Sosnowski having to come down pit road. So now we got to watch this battle. Right now, Wilhelm Schultz... Oh, wait. Wilhelm Schultz is coming onto pit road. So now it's going to come down between Chambers and Johnson, who are separated by only 1 point in the standings coming into today's race. There is Chambers in the 87. He crosses the stripe in position number 9. Richard Johnson's going to cross the stripe in 4th. Right now, Richard Johnson would be the driver who would get into that final spot inside the tasty top 10. But look at Chambers coming up on the inside line there. Richard Johnson came in with 226 points. Chambers came in with 225 points. They are separated by only 1 point. One of them, whoever's going to finish ahead of who, will probably get into that final spot left vacant by the retired Aaron Williams in the championship hunt in the Taste Top 10, but now Adam Chambers is off onto pit road, and Richard Johnson's going to stay out. So now Richard Johnson would definitely be in the spot that would take the Tasty Top 10 position. Behind Michael Norman. They're going to come around with the white flag this next time around, and if Richard Johnson can stay out 1 extra lap, he could be in the chase for the championship. Michael Norman, if he can stay out and win this thing, he could probably be in a wild card position. He'd be the 10th different winner this season, but he comes in ahead of a lot of winners like Lance Fogel, Barney Ward, Lisa Shears, Austin Ogo, Wolfgang Mason, and James Silverfox. And if he can bypass Joshua Michaels in the standings, he would be the first driver with 1 win outside the Tasty Top 10. Nobody coming to pit road this time. Michael Norman going to stay out and try and win this thing. Richard Johnson staying out to get that final spot inside the Tasty Top 10. Can Norman hang on? White flag in the air. They're going to go 4 wide for the lead. Ashley LaPlante down to the bottom. Let's see where Ashley LaPlante is in the points. She's a total of 8 positions, or 8 points behind Richard Johnson. Richard Johnson would have to really lose a lot of spots for Ashley LaPlante to pull off a miracle and get in, but she is lined up there, right behind Michael Norman. Can she make the move? Remember, there's 5 bonus points, too, if you win, so maybe if Ashley LaPlante can bypass Michael Norman, win this thing, with Richard Johnson running where he is, Ashley LaPlante may be able to pick up a spot here. Let's find out. This is going to be the battle here. Ashley looks to the outside. No, Michael Norman hangs tough. Michael Norman's going to come down. He's going to win the regular season finale, and he may have just clinched himself a wild card spot as he wins at Talladega. Michael Norman in the 97 going to go to victory lane for the first time this season, and Richard Johnson finishes in 7th. I do believe that Richard Johnson has just clinched himself a spot inside the Tasty Top 10. Right now, with what I'm working with, working the calculators and everything, if I am correct, I do believe that the Tasty Top 10 is going to consist of the following drivers: Dylan Ogo, Hayden Klein, Carson Gum, Justin Acosta, Jake Smith, Jacob Cook, Cody Lamas, Felix Harris, Jacob Lawler, and Richard Johnson. And I believe the 2 wildcard spots are going to go quite possibly to Michael Norman and Joshua Michaels. I may have just named off the 12 drivers that are going to be in the chase for the championship here in the Reese's Rally Car Series. Now, I still don't know with where Kyle Sosnowski and everybody finished. Let's see where they did finish here. Sosnowski going to finish in 20th place. Chambers going to finish in 16th. Did Lawler have to come down pit road? Where did he finish? He finished in 8th, so I think he'll stay inside the Tasty Top 10. Cody Lamas finished in 12th. What a comeback finish for the 48. So he'll stay inside the Tasty Top 10. Jacob Cook, where did he finish? 13th. I think he'll stay inside the Tasty top 10. And Felix Harris, where did he finish? He finished in 5th. So I'm pretty certain that the 12 drivers that are going to be in the chase for the championship, not including the LCQ winner, are as follows. Dylan Ogo, Hayden Klein, Carson Gum, Justin Acosta, Jake Smith, Jacob Cook, Cody Lamas, Felix Harris, Jacob Lawler, Richard Johnson, Michael Norman, and Joshua Michaels. So congratulations to those 12, if indeed it is confirmed that they are the 12 that are going to be in the chase for the championship. For the other 24 drivers, they will have the LCQ to be able to try and qualify their way in to the final 13th spot in the chase for the championship. Regular season is over. We've got our non-points LCQ coming up before we begin our 5-race chase for the championship. Thank you all for watching. Here comes the official chase look heading into next week. We'll see you for the LCQ before we get back to points racing, as you've been watching a production of the PORWC here on the SA Sports channel. See you guys next time.